this one may go over your head a little bit more. That movie Alf, they give you the small versions of these beings, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm led to believe, based off of them seeking refuge everywhere to other different planets, to even coming here, right? So they've been here for millions of years, right? Okay. Same thing with the dinosaurs. They've been here for millions of years. It's a civilization of people who sought refuge here. After all the water, well, not all the water, most of the water was cast off, and a lot of land mass started to come up. You see, and so the waters were seeded. The waters were seeded. There's a lot more things in the water that's been around than anything on the surface here on this planet right now. They've been around a lot longer than everything on top of the surface. Real shit. Real shit. What you see on top of the surface used to be on underwater, right? Because of subduction and everything else. Land masses rise and land masses fall for another land mass to rise. It's always a balance. If one falls, there's another land mass to rise up, right? So just like with anything, anybody falls, there's always someone there to rise, right? This is one of them things, man. You know, and so a lot of the water was cast off. And everything from the waters, right, started to come onto the land, right? So you got all these things that was in the waters, very intelligent though, onto the waters, merging into the land, evolving into upright bipedal walking beings. hmm Some of them was eating vegetables, herbivores. Some of them was carnivores, right? Okay, so you know, and it all deals with reptiles, reptiles, man. You know, but either way, that those beings that came here, right, after the destruction, they sought solace to this place, right? After a time, right? A lot of them traveled the cosmos for as long as they could, or orbited as long as they could, in order to seek a safe place to land. You know, a lot of people came here. You know, I think your Yetis, your Sasquatch, your Bigfoot is part of those people who lived on that planet. Because they look just like Alf, just on a bigger version. You see, and I told you that they had many different types of versions, man. Just like humans, we come in many different sizes and colors and shapes. Real talk, you know, just in a more advanced humanoid form, right? Humanoid, where you have a head, two arms, and a leg, and you walk bipedal. Humanoid. You know what I'm saying? You know, so the humanoid form has been around for a long time. You know, it's just that you would deem it as humanoid, right? But they had a certain name. You know, so deep shit, deep shit. The things you get from the movies they show you, and then you go read stuff and ancient shit, right? That you didn't even know is out there, right? It's out there. Look, the truth is out there, man. You're just not gonna find the truth in that scripture. You're not. You are not. You are not, man. That right there to me is aligning you up to something else and taking you out of line of you. You hear me? So there's a lot of people waking up to this shit. Like there's people waking up to the fact that Yeshua um uh was in India. He learned things in India, you know, just as much as he went to Kemet, Egypt, to flee from King Herod, to blend in with people. And he wound up learning the ancient mystery schools. That was a school, man. There was many schools everywhere. India, all that, man. Schools everywhere. Australia, schools, man. You know, when you learning things, you know, and what you learning is a part of becoming all is one, you know, and you sharing this information, sharing that information to now, you know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The later dynastic Egyptians, they got barred from coming down to Australia. They sure did. Why? Because they stole some ancient relics. hmm That was 400 years ago. They're not allowed to come back down there. Period. No matter what type of motherfucking Egyptian they think they is. Uh-uh. The Aborigines been dealing with the true Egyptians for a long time. Khufu, he sent his son down to Australia. They have Egyptian artifacts from the son of Khufu, who gave the Aborigines a statue of Khufu, and Khufu was black, had the nose and everything, man, black as a motherfucker. Yeah, they came down there trading and to share information. Show did to Australia. They got a stone where they got prototype Egyptian on one side. Then the Aborigines say that they were seeded here by beings from the Pleiadian star system, Orion star constellation that Yeshua spoke of as Oranos, that his father owns many mansions there. He's from a star system. All these monuments are lined up to Orion's belt. That's a very, very important star system. The Dogon tribe, they talk about a star, a dog star that they're from, that they said that they were seeded here from people from that star that we didn't know about until we put a telescope in the air. They was drawing this motherfucker in the dirt, telling people about the movement up there with them stars. The Seven Sisters, the cluster of stars, that's in the Orion star constellation. That's dealing with the Pleiades. That's a massive star system, man. Good and bad people are from there. And it seems like that everything that we've been in tune with has been connected to there, even Yeshua. Mm-hmm. It's deep, man. It's deep shit. But it's talked about in these scriptures. It's talked about it. You know? But y'all refuse to know that you're not alone, man. You're not alone. We're just in the containment. We are contained. Because who we're being governed by and what we've been taught and programmed to do to ourselves and to each other. Real stuff, man. So, you know, it's all connections to there. The Aborigines, they have a stone where not only the prototype Egyptians on one side, right, letting you know the connection from Africa to Australia, right, but they also have on another side of the stone, they even have a star map on top of the stone, signifying when Khufu and his sons came down there. Shows the celestial alignment, marking the date of when they came down here. And then on the other side of the stone, there's what's called Pleiadian writing that no one can decipher. But the Aborigines say that Pleiadians wrote that in there to signify that they were here to see them on this planet. So I say y'all not from here. You were seated here. You people are the stars. That's why they call us children of the stars, children of the sun. And it's those of you who were created in an unnatural way where you're bound down to this planet. That's why they're materialistic. You're bound down. And then you become materialistic when you get allured with this shit and your light gets trapped in it. You become bound. Mm-hmm. And when it's time to go, you're not going to exit because of your love for this material. Mm-hmm. Yep. That includes people. That's cold, man. But our connections to the stars and these movies been telling y'all this shit. Mm-hmm. And it's been telling you about the agenda of dark ones is here. But y'all ain't paying attention. They have to tell you the truth just to let you know. They're going to be held accountable. They think they're not going to be held accountable because they told you the truth, right? But it's the method and way that told you the truth, which was to program you into fear. We're not supposed to fear nothing. Nothing. And you don't cause anything for you to fear it. And you don't bring fear to no one else. No. It's awareness. And if awareness fears you, then you really got to do some deep searching within you, man. For real. That's another way to get you bound down. It's with fear. And they love doing that. 10 toes to the pavement. Grind out all things.